Okay, so this video is going to be comparison of American Classic Vic Firth 2B hickories to the custom Mana, and I can't remember the guy's name, but I'll tell you that in the title, and Danny Carey of Tool. And a couple things I can tell right off the bat is that the tips are different on the Mana. They're more rounded. There's the American Classic. These have been beat up a little bit, but these are brand new. I'm going to do 3 songs in a row. I'm going to start with the American Classic Hickories 2B, and then I'm going to go on to the Mana, and then I'm going to do the Danny Carey. The Danny Carey tips are thinner than the American Classic, and then the Mana are thicker and rounder. Both of the custom sticks are longer than the 2B, and it looks like the Manas are the longest of the 3 set. And then the barrel of the Danny Carey drumsticks are thicker at the handheld section. It looks pretty thin on the Mana ones. They appear to be thinner than the 2Bs, so longer and thinner on the Mana sticks, thicker on the Danny Carey sticks at the grip, and then tapering downward, but both of them longer. So I'll tell you what I think after I get done playing these 3 songs. So I'm going to do American Classic first, Mana second, and Danny Carey last. Okay, so I just finished playing 3 songs, and the American 2Bs were as expected. I've been playing them for years and love them. Nothing wrong with American 2Bs. The Mana sticks are super long. The barrels are even and a little bit thinner. And I didn't like the extra length. I didn't feel like I needed it. That said, if you have shorter arms and you feel like you're having a hard time stretching out, these would be real good sticks for you. They felt lighter than the 2Bs, which I also kind of didn't like. But that said, somebody may be able to go faster with these if they wish to increase their speed and they're having issues. And the Danny Carey ones I didn't like at all. They felt very weird. And you can't see it so much until you play them, but there is a, I don't know what you would call it, there's a curve here, almost like the waist of a female. So if you could picture, you got the bigger tail end and then her waist. And the problem for me is that the indentation where you're intended to hold this stick leaves too much at the back end of the stick left over. So you're playing too far up the stick, it feels like to me, and it ends up making the tail end of the stick heavier than necessary. The front is light, the tail is very heavy. And what was happening with me, it was making my shoulder hurt because it felt like I'm lifting a heavier weight than necessary. And it seems like this narrower spot for your hand, the only purpose it would have is for you to not lose sticks as often. So if you drop sticks a lot, perhaps this is helpful. But to me, it felt weird. It is a place, if you do a lot of, kind of quick rudimentary stuff where you're barely fingering it, instead of using your whole hand, you might get more action out of this little narrow section. But I don't like it. I didn't feel it was necessary. So of the 3 pairs, the Danny Carey sticks I felt were the least favorable to me. The Mana were second, right in the middle. They were okay, not as good as American Standard 2Bs. And my favorite are still American Standard 2Bs. And to express how little I liked the Danny Carey sticks, I'm going to offer them to my son and see if he likes them, because I don't want to play with these anymore. I would play with the Mana sticks and the 2Bs, but I'm not going to keep the Danny Carey sticks. And he's from Tool, by the way, if you haven't heard of him. Good drummer. I don't like his sticks. Okay, that's my summary.